Greetings, all of you. You call me Ninja Yatsu, and welcome here to One Piece Bounty Rush. Right now I have an Animal Kingdom Pirate set, metal set for Kuzan, for cooldown whenever he takes damage. And I have my support set up for Warlord support so his Ice Ball effect lasts longer. So let's get into it. I was really hoping that we would get Blackbeard this anniversary, but once again we did not, which has led me to give up on the possibility of us ever getting a new version of Blackbeard, at least for the next several years. But hey, at least we have a Blackbeard Pirates rep. It's always nice to see a new henchman gooning for Blackbeard. And with him being an EX, you can see that this henchman is gooning so hard. When he turns into an attacker, he has a trait that allows him to ignore defense. But in this case, I'd say that Garp that I am fighting against is severely underleveled, or has a bad metal set, or some combination of the two, because he was getting swatted like a fly. Kuzan Skill 2, Ice Age, which has several sequels. It's quite a movie franchise. It fills up treasure areas up to 100%, and I had to double check to see what happens, and it only fills up to 100%. But in general, you want to use that as frequently as possible to fill up your treasure areas, which is why I have cooldown on hit to get that ready and going anytime I need it. But it can be interrupted before it fully goes off. It's not an invulnerable skill, but it does spawn a wall after it's performed. Well played, on to the next one. Now you'll notice that I edit out players' names. That's because I don't know if they actually want to be in my videos or not. So, pretty much I only include their names if they say that it's okay. I understand it's arbitrary, but those are the rules that I go by for my channel, at least for now. As you can see, being able to ignore defense is pretty powerful against Kaido, who stacks defense. And likewise, it is also similarly good against other Kuzans. Now that was quite an example of EX privilege, being able to attack and then still perform a perfect dodge. Well, that and how long Kuzan's normal attack range is. And there's another one, being able to just use a skill without any specific targets and it still being able to do something. Like freeze this Kaido here. He sounded pretty joyful about that. Kuzan versus Jabra. Ever wonder how this fight would go? Well, here you go. Now for Kuzan, you want to be very careful because you are not one-shot proof, not completely. Especially if you don't have your defense stacked up yet. You are very vulnerable. However, when you get your defense stacked, which is pretty easy to do, you just hit people, then it's pretty hard for enemies to KO you. On to the next one. 2 powerful runners, 2 powerful defenders. Let's see how this goes. Oh, looks like I'm the one defending. Okay. Oh, looks like I'm the one capturing both of these flags. Well, that works. We've got this strategy. Now that's a rare sight. A version of Shanks that's not Marineford Shanks or the East Blue Defender getting hit by a status effect. And then it just happened again and closed out this game. Well done, teammates. Speedruns. On to the next one. You might notice that sometimes Kuzan shoots out an ice projectile from his hands when he's performing a normal attack. That's because he has the ability to hold his normal attack button in to do that. It changes his second attack to that ice peasant. And his normal attacks have quite a lot of hits done and range. So almost anything that you do with them is a combo, as long as your opponent doesn't have some kind of way to escape it, like Nullify Stagger. EX Oro is putting in quite a lot of work removing Sabo's Flame state. That lets me hit him with status effects. Kuzan's skill 1 is invulnerable, hits multiple times, and inflicts a status effect, which EX Garp is not going to handle well. Well, if his skill 2 was invulnerable, then it would have closed out that game, but maybe that's way too powerful, even for an EX. After all, putting a status effect that fills treasure on every treasure area of your teams is already pretty annoying. The wall stopped Sabo from being able to capture treasure because it was in the way. And that clutched out the game. Good game, everyone. Until next time.